Hello lovely people, my name's Andy Woolley, and in this video we're going to do a roundup of my affiliate websites in October 2021. So looking at the screen, you'll see I've used a format that I used last month, trying to keep it consistent to be, for several reasons. A, to be transparent and open and honest with you, the audience, so you can see, when you refer back to the previous videos, you can see how it genuinely is moving forward or going down, whatever the case be. So looking at the first site that I've got, which is in the gardening niche, last month I had 697 users on there. That's obviously gone down in October. It is seasonal. I kind of expected that anyway, but I'm quite pleasantly I can't get my words out. I'm quite pleasantly pleased that it's not as dramatic as I thought it would be in a drop-off. And there is some silver lining to this, which I'll come to now in a minute. So some of the tasks I've completed is I covered over 50,000 words within the site. That was only 2 posts, but predominantly I got on with the landing pages. Because obviously I want part and parcel of this from the informational ads that will come from Ezoic, and obviously the Amazon commission from Amazon. I'm also looking to do it as an affiliate site for lead generation. Now that may seem greedy, trying to, 3 individual income streams, but that's not the rhyme and reason I ever set it up. I genuinely set it up from the point of view, I always knew it would be a lead generation site. I just happily wanted to make sure, I wanted to see how Amazon worked on an affiliate site as a test, and also then from Ezoic's point of view, they had the opportunity for me to go into their program. It was just good timing. So I thought, hey ho, in for a penny, in for a pound, let's do it. And it's a learning curve, but the thing is, when you learn that, you can apply it to better sites as you go forward. So there's a lot of refining to do, but I'm happy it's moving in the right direction. So 45 location pages are being built. That's a lot of work. There's service location pages and pillar pages still in the process of those to be built, more so to give them credibility, but also then to drive the traffic and also create solid contextual linking within the site. It's based on 3 main categories, so they all talk to each other, and in doing so, that solidifies what the intent of the website is, which is kind of really what Google's EAT policy was originally on about. And I've seen this in comfortable effect on multiple websites I've done with clients. It does work. So I'm slowly building those out. To also solidify the credibility there, I'm doing GMB pages on that, and I'll probably do a video for this in time as well, how to verify multiple GMB pages for one business, which, you're trying to avoid them just being doorway pages. You need to make sure there's lots of geo data in there, but I'll go off on that tangent in a separate video. If you're interested in that, please leave a comment down below, and I'll put that on my to-do sooner rather than later. So yes, I've created those lead generation pages, quite happy, spoken to 1 or 2 contractors, and yeah, more than happy to get the leads in and then pay for them. So setting that up, I'm also going through Twilio at the moment. As you can see there in the red, I've still yet to finish off the Twilio. It works, but I want to finesse it a little bit more to make sure it's a really sweet process and it's automated as much as I can make it. So whilst I'm off doing my other work, I know this is working in the background, and customers are unaware, still getting the customer service they would naturally expect, but the contractors are dealing with them, as is the whole point of me setting up the lead generation site. I'm still implementing more supporting blogs. I've yet to do that. Tons of information. I have sort of done a new process of how I do my keyword research and logging of it, or resource file for want of a better word. Again, I'll do that in a separate video and give you some insight to it, and also give you the template on that as well. So if you're interested, again, put a link in the comment below, and it's something that will remind me it's a priority. So moving on, let's look at some of the numbers. So as you can see here, Search Console from last month to this month, it reflects a decline. We had just over 1,000 clicks, 822 clicks, which, by all accounts, yes, that's a 20% loss, but out of season, that could have been so much more dramatic, and I would have expected it to be more dramatic, to be honest, but I'm quite happy with that. The conversion rate didn't slip too much, but it also mirrors not too badly from the impressions. So I'm kind of fine with that, because I didn't do a lot of informational content, the blogs, so I'm conscious that's where I need to keep things going hard and fast going forward. So let's look at the numbers, the stats and the money by all accounts. So as you can see, since April, we're in now month 7. October, the domain authority went down slightly because I didn't do enough of the informational ads. I was doing more the housekeeping behind and setting up the lead generation pages, but I need those to be bedded down now. So in the next couple of months where they've already, I've indexed them to make sure that's done correctly, and they start ranking, then they'll get onto page 1 and start generating some leads when the season starts next year. So I need to be doing the, for want of a better pun, I need to do the planting of the seeds right now in order I can reap what I'm sowing down the road. So the number of posts now total 151. Word count has jumped up quite sizably to 314 words in total that have been published, but we've got a long way to go. This just gives me a measure. At the end of the day, it's not numbers for the sake of numbers, but it gives me an idea that I'm pushing forward and pushing as hard as I can, because some of you who probably new to this channel may not realize I work a 9 to 5 full-time. So this is all outside of that time. It's something I've got to put the extra time and effort in order to get the result. But like everything, if you want something, you've got to put more in to get it out. Keywords comfortably, and this is the silver lining I mentioned earlier. That's now gone up to 520 keywords, which I was pleasantly pleased with. The traffic then in the UK, it came across from SEMrush as 1,000. So again, that sizably went up. So whilst the interest in the site is waning, there's still enough interest from new visitors coming to the site that are logging into it. It's the engagement, I should say, is the thing that's waning more than anything, but that's understandable. Look at the weather at the moment. It's raining, it's cold, the clocks have just gone back, we're well into November. It's not nice out there. So traffic wise, it pretty much held its ground, to be honest. There's a slight difference of £2 there, which is comfortable, lets me know that the keywords are moving in the right direction. Amazon, I made a handful of sales on commissions, which amazed me because kind of don't think I'd make anything at this time of year, but hey ho, it is what it is. So £2.63 there, thank you very much. So at least it's working. That's the be all end all. So when it does kick in, hopefully it kicks in hard and heavy, and it'll be a case of keep watching, because I'm looking forward to what next March and April bring. Then looking at Ezoic, again that did drop down sizably to 1,177 visits on there, and I do take their metrics as being a bit more reliable than Google's. Earnings obviously dropped down to $6.34, but what was comfortable, and again another silver lining surprise, was the EPMV went up ever so slightly, not much. Ideally we're going to be looking for 10 or 12 in this for when, it gets busy. And I've seen it going up and down somewhere close to that when some days, or, it's really been hot and gorgeous out and people's mindset changes to the garden, then it's reflected. But I need that to be way more consistent. But that'll be somewhere down the road, I'm sure. So cumulatively, the total that I've earned on this website is £20.40, which is nothing to what I've put in there. Because again, if you're new to this site, I work on a prescribed budget of £250 a month. That doesn't afford any luxury of putting it out to VAs or content writers. This is all done by yours truly. I do use some AI software. I use Dreamtimes for my copyright images, and then I use good hard gumption to do everything else, and that pays for my hosting and my domain names. So $250 doesn't go far, but again, this is a litmus test to prove to you what can be done if you put your mindset to it. If I can do it, you can do it. I work 9 to 5, I'm sure you do. If this is what you're looking to do to transition into affiliate marketing, you can put the time and effort in and then see it slowly grow. Yes, I could probably throw a lot more at this and get it growing faster, but I wouldn't be honest to you or to myself if I just did that and then told you something different. I'm walking the walk and talking the talk at the same time, and I want you to get that value at the same time as well, and you can see it by me being transparent with the numbers. So that's kind of where we are for the first website. The second website, which I make the domain name public, which is spicesplate.com, a site that was purchased. It's very short and sweet this month. I didn't do anything. I didn't have the time. Literally, I was so focused on trying to build out these landing pages and get everything that needs to be built around them on the first site. I thought it's better to concentrate there and get them bedded in. So they've got a couple of months, obviously, to start ranking and get towards page 1, than waste my time on a site that's so new And this one, as much as I don't really care about it, I do, but it's one of these back burner ones. I've got priorities, this is not it. It will come, but it'll come in time. I don't want one to sacrifice the benefit of something else. So it's a case of using your time wisely. The only thing I did do, and I was really happy with, is I replaced the theme for Cadence, which was recommended to me, and I went for the Cadence Pro, and I added in the tracking codes, implemented the categories all the way across it, and I must say I'm really happy. Cadence is fast, it's light. I've always been an advocate. Couldn't get my word out then. I've always been an advocate for Astra and Elementor. I like the two. It's what works on the gardening niche one, and I'm not changing it from there. I did play with that. Look at the last month's video and I explained the rhyme and the reason why. But I am quite impressed by Cadence if you're keeping a very clean theme, and that's exactly what I'm doing in this one. So the goal is to try and do at least 30 posts by the end of the year, just to tick it over and make sure, you know, Google takes some notice of it. So looking at the figures, you can see nothing changed. The only silver lining here, and that was quite pleasing, which goes to show you put the effort in, you get the reward out, is the domain authority actually went up. So it means that those posts that I had already done, they were indexed, they were starting to rank, and therefore the credibility of those push the domain authority up on the site. So it is food for thought. It's worth doing all this due diligence when you don't see the immediate return to it, but give it time, it does translate to the bottom line. So that was a comforting thing to see. So the last site then that I'm publicising, because I do have quite a few, and I did have another site given to me during October as well, more on that down the road, is the last one, which is in the health niche, quite a competitive area. Again, the users dropped down massively. That's because I played with the theme, and then when I did, I forgot I knocked out the tracking code. Easy done. These are the mistakes that we make, but identifying them not too far down the road, which is the beauty of doing these monthly reviews by all accounts, hold me to account, but also then spot any of these silly schoolboy errors that get made. So I put the tracking code back in there, so I have no idea whether I accumulated more users or not, but I'm not too worried. This is early days. It's a case of test things when a site is new in the first 6 months, see what's working, and then bed it down, have a solid foundation, and then build from there. That way then it gives you peace of mind that as you put in more and more content into it, you know you're going to have a good site that's going to rank. So again, I put the Cadence theme on that, and speed is fantastic. Loving it. I worked out all my categories. There's quite a lot in this one. I'm still in the process of building some of the content out for those, but it is lightning fast. I'm loving the look and the feel of it. I've still got to work out how I'm going to put all the Ezoic adverts on there. That will happen hopefully before Christmas, but again, there's not any sort of traffic that's going to drive a revenue by any sense of the imagination, so it's not a big concern at the moment. It's a case of just pump the content in, which I am doing. Typically I'm getting about 10 to 15 posts a week on there, which is not too bad. The tracking code I said I put in there. I've still got some pillar pages I want to build out. I have to do all internal linking in there. I did use Link Whisper originally, and I like Link Whisper, but I want to be much more meticulous on this particular site because it's all to do with health conditions. I know there's going to be a lot of like practitioners, nutritionists, microbiologists, people that look at a site like this and they will be a lot more picky. So I need to up my game when it comes to how I build the link building in there, rather than just take an ad hoc approach. So the goals there are obviously try and get it to 200 posts by the end of the year, and then start seeing how it ranks. As for the monies and the stats, well, there's no money as it stands at the moment, but that's fine. It's early days. It's all about the investing. I know this could be a good earner in time. I'm quite confident about that. There's lots of affiliate programs out there for this particular market if I get the content right. Excuse me. One of the silver linings. Frog in the throat. Sorry. One of the silver linings there again is you can see the domain authority went up. It's now, you know, getting a bit of love from Google. So that went up to 6 from nothing. We're currently at 102 posts, which is great. We're starting to break some ground, and you can see that sizably went up by 27 posts. We're up 123,000 words, which is nothing. It's just scratching the surface by all accounts in this particular field. But we're starting to rank for the keywords. So as we're putting the content in, now we're starting to see that curve going up, what they call the hockey stick effect, as it were, of content equaling more keywords, or equaling more organic traffic. I haven't put the organic traffic on this, as I said, because of the tracking code, but it'd be interesting to see what happens now next month, because I'm finding the time for this one a little more easier, more consistent, week in, week out. So basically I'm just going to keep juggling between these three, see how it goes. If you've got any comments, you know, put them below. I do read every one of them, and I'll come back to you as much as I can. I have been a little bit naughty and not doing videos for a couple of weeks, purely just manic lifestyle, and I wanted to really focus down on the gardening niche one to get that where it needed to be. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and hopefully you'll derive a lot more value in the videos that are coming, because I'm trying to be as open, fresh and honest about this as possible, being one of the few UK affiliate marketers that we have in the UK. So it's trying to give you a perspective from the UK market as opposed to everything being in the US. And likewise, if you like the video, please give it a like up, a thumbs up, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Keep well, see you then, signing out.